it doesn't sound like a huge number of accounts, but, an image in this political landscape can go a long way and have an impact on the world. What is your reaction to this, given the work that you did with Russia and your experience in international media crises?
Well, first, China has been building over the last several years capabilities to influence both domestic, regional, international conversations around sensitive topics. And what has happened in the last several days, obviously based on the information, the accounts that Twitter and Facebook uncovered, is they've chosen to weaponize those capabilities. Many of us who were watching this space felt like China was going to hold back on some of those capabilities for a while, let Russia take the heat, but clearly they feel threatened. And I would say, 5 Facebook accounts, they have not yet even begun to scratch the surface of where China supporters that are backed by China are trying to influence these debates.
So you're looking at video now of some of these posts that Twitter and Facebook are saying were backed by the Chinese government. Sam, it's not necessarily surprising given the sort of army of, internet mediators, if you will, behind the scenes in China that we've reported on for many, many years. But there is a sort of irony in that Facebook and Twitter are both blocked in mainland China. They are not blocked in Hong Kong. What is your take?
This is classic Chinese state propaganda machinery, right? The Chinese government knows that they need to influence the international perception of what's going on, so they're going to where the conversation is taking place, Facebook and Twitter.
So, Brett, given the power that you are indicating that the Chinese government has and the levers that they could pull, what are the longer-term dangers of this or longer-term threats of this, given that the U.S. is going into another presidential election?
Quite significant. As I said, the expectation many of us had was that China was going to wait and continue to develop and test some of these capabilities. Many of them are out in public. We see on the street corners the China Daily paper. We also obviously have on television the CGTV. Yet there is behind all of that a very well-articulated strategy, and one that China has chosen in this particular instance to activate. And what concerns me is if it is activated not only on Hong Kong, perhaps on other issues, the South China Sea, Taiwan, let alone global issues, and here at home, it would be devastating. China has capabilities that far surpass those of Russia. They are able to combine not only this information capability, but influence capabilities with the aid that they give, with their trade and economic portfolio that would, paired up with information operations, be much more devastating both to markets as well as to political conversations should they choose to go down that path.